When Michael Scott left The Office for good in Season 7, the show tried really hard to replace Steve Carell by bringing in various actors to join The Office's cast. However, one particular Michael Scott replacement stood out among the rest: James Spader as Robert California. Michael was such a staple personality due to his wild antics, and Steve Carell brought a lot of comedy to the show, often being over-relied on. Therefore, when Steve Carell left The Office, writers had to find a new character to replace Michael, as well as find a new source of entertainment for viewers. Unfortunately, Michael Scott's absence meant the later seasons of The Office suffered, as audiences could never truly accept anyone replacing the fan-favorite character, no matter their acting prowess. That being said, there were a few character highlights after Season 7, when The Office explored potential replacements, and Robert California was definitely one of them. Originally receiving mixed reviews from audiences, Robert California was a somewhat underrated Michael Scott replacement for a number of reasons. However, the fact that James Spader's performance as Robert California in The Office changed the course of the show demonstrates how great the character actually was. Robert California was only meant to be a cameo in The Office Season 7. James Spader's first appearance was among other cameos. James Spader as Robert California in The Office. To begin with, Robert California was only meant to be a cameo character in Season 7 of The Office, joining the many other cameos as people vied for the new job opening that Michael Scott's absence had left. At the time of release, following a talk with The Office writer Paul Lieberstein, The Hollywood Reporter stated that the actor had signed to play a two-scene role in the Season 7 finale, to complement the plethora of cameos in that episode. However, the apparent life and intrigue that James Spader brought to the part made two scenes become a full season. Robert California's job interview scene in The Office was brilliant, as James Spader delivered a hilariously overconfident character performance in his first appearance which absolutely stunned Toby, Gabe, and Jim as they tried to conduct his interview. His outlandish remark that everything is sex, and the way that Robert California commanded the job interview from the very beginning made him a strong character, and he was definitely one of the highlights of The Office's Season 7 finale. Interestingly, the writers of The Office felt so compelled by James Spader's character that they ended up hiring him for a whole season. James Spader was so good as Robert California, The Office gave him a whole season. Robert California received mixed reviews but was actually underrated. James Spader's return as Robert California in The Office Season 8 was somewhat surprising, yet it demonstrated how great the actor was at playing the role. Competing with many other high-profile cameo actors in the Season 7 finale, such as Jim Carrey and Will Arnett, Spader's silky smooth voice and eccentric performance made him a memorable character. However, having just completed a role for which he was not paid very much at all, James Spader himself was on board for a full season in order to earn an income, with Lieberstein stating that James always wanted this to be a one-year arc. Regardless of Spader's acting ability, there were many that felt Robert California didn't quite fit the show's light-hearted tone. Robert is a rather serious character who, despite being eccentric, also remains professional. Considering The Office has an otherworldly and comedic feel to it, Robert California doesn't quite match the same chaotic energy that Michael Scott brought to the show. Nevertheless, Lieberstein praised James Spader for creating one of the most enigmatic and dynamic characters in television, and it's obvious to see why. Therefore, despite his serious demeanor, Robert California remains a rather underrated Michael Scott replacement in The Office.